Hello and welcome. Here is another video about SMMware, software for running the day-to-day operations of senior move management companies. This video provides a brief introduction to how SMMware integrates with QuickBooks Desktop. For a general overview of SMMware, please see our introductory video at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SMMware, or just search your YouTube app for SMMware. Okay, let's begin. We'll start with setting up the connection between QuickBooks Desktop and SMMware. From within QuickBooks, go to the File menu and Update Web Services. This brings up the Web Connector. You may already have connections to other extensions, but if not, your screen will look like this. Click on Add an Application. We will have provided you with a QWC file, and you will want to store that in a logical place on your hard drive for long-term storage. As part of this process, navigate to it, select it, and open it. QuickBooks will want you to approve this. At the end of that, you'll have a new entry on this screen. If you had other already existing extensions added, there might be more than one line here. This one is for SMMware. You want to click this checkbox. It will ask you for a password, which we will also provide you. And you'll want to save the password as well. After this, the initial connection is in place. And if you want to manually run a synchronization, just click on Update Selected. At this point in time, we haven't done anything in SMMware to have data that will be downloaded, but you can run it, and it will tell you that no data exchange was required because there isn't anything to do. But it does confirm that the two of them are talking between QuickBooks and SMMware. Okay, from here we'll go into SMMware. Within SMMware, there's a two-step process. This is created by QuickBooks. The first one is to add items to a queue. SMMware does let you see what's in the queue. You can go to Admin, QuickBooks Desktop Queue, and see what's already in line to be downloaded to QuickBooks. At this point in time, we haven't added anything yet, so there's nothing there. We're going to take a look at an invoice, which is all ready to go. We've already set up the invoice and added line items to it. We're going to add it to the queue, and you'll see that there is a blue icon indicating that this item is in the queue. And if we go back to the queue, we can now see that the invoice is there. So that completes step one, adding something to a queue within SMMware. Now we're returning to QuickBooks and the Web Connector. And once again, making sure that this is checked, we'll go ahead and say Update Selected. And that completes the process. If there were any errors, you'd see some red in this area. And we can see that this client now has the $600 invoice that we just copied over, number 1029, in place. And if you come back to SMMware and look at the queue again, you'll see that the item is no longer in the queue since it's already been handled. From here, we're going to take a look at another invoice, put it into the queue like we did before. Now in this case, the underlying time activities were not already in the queue, so you can see that SMMware recognizes that and adds those to the queue as well. And we also copy jobs over, and you can see that we put a job in the queue. Once again, looking at the queue, now that we've added some more items in it, you can see there's a number of hours, you can see there's a job and an invoice. We'll go back into QuickBooks and run the synchronization again. And once again, it completed. We don't see any errors. You can watch the progress down here. Now you can see that this job has been added, job 496, and it also has a $600 invoice. So that's the process for adding an invoice. It's pretty straightforward. There are other things that you can do within SMMware. For instance, if you want to handle payroll and you're not ready to invoice, you might want to be able to copy over hours directly. And you can do that from the hours and expense mileage history command, which is under Associates, and then My Hours Expense Mileage History. From here you can in-queue individual items, or you can use the filter to generate an overall list and then add all of them to the queue at once. And once again, we'll just go take a peek at the queue, see that the hours are there, and we also had to add a job to the queue. Once again, going back to QuickBooks and Update Web Services. Now you can see that this job has been added to the QuickBooks Desktop application. And you can also in-queue a client if for some reason you want to have them transfer to QuickBooks Desktop right away. This is also true for your associates / employees and your vendors. The process, once again, you just click on QBD and queue, and it'll tell you that it was added to the queue. Let's go verify that real quick. There's our client. Once again, back into QuickBooks Desktop, Update Web Services, and Update Selected. And there you can see our new client record. I'd like to point out one or two things. Within the version of SMMware that is integrated with QuickBooks Desktop, when you are working with creating a job and you're setting the hourly rates, in this case you have to pick from a drop-down that matches the items over at QuickBooks Desktop. So it's not a completely open field. However, we can have as many entries in the drop-down as you want to cover the spread and all the different values that you might care to use. If you're using job codes, it's a similar situation where you can have a discount and we have to set up your drop-down for the different percentages that you might want to give a discount at. That covers our introduction to QuickBooks Desktop integration. To find out more, visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SMMware for more videos about specific features of SMMware, or search your YouTube app for SMMware. You can visit our website at www.smmmware.com, or you can call us at 240-285-4619 with questions or to arrange a demo. SMMware is an industry partner with NASM, the National Association of Senior Move Managers. If you want to be notified as new videos are added, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your time, and we hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.